Hello, I'm John Bachman. Some reports indicate that deadly attack on Tunisia's parliament is now over. The prime minister says at least 19 people are dead, including 17 French, Spanish, and Polish, as well as German tourists. A raid by security forces killed the gunman. One security officer was also killed. Officials in Tunisia, home of the Arab Spring, have been worried about citizens who left to fight for terror groups coming back to carry out their own attacks at home. More to come on this throughout the day. The defense budget here at home and the fight against ISIS, both issues on the agenda on Capitol Hill today. The Secretary of Defense, Ashton Carter, is pushing for a budget above caps set by sequestration. And the chairman of the Joint Chiefs says the amount the Pentagon is requesting, $612 billion, is pretty much the minimum. Anything below that, and they have to make strategy changes.
Some of those adjustments will not be life-altering, if you will, or security environment altering, and some very well may be.
General Dempsey and Secretary Carter are also expected to talk about the president's request for new war powers to take on ISIS. An Air Force veteran enters a not guilty plea in a Brooklyn courtroom earlier today. Federal prosecutors say Tyrod Pugh tried to join ISIS. Officials stopped him at a Turkish airport in January. They say his laptop contained information on ways to cross the border into Syria. It also contained jihadi videos. He's expected, or as we mentioned, he entered a not guilty plea. That trial forthcoming. Police in Japan are now investigating threatening phone calls made to the U.S. Embassy in Tokyo. The caller, who reportedly phoned in last month, threatened to kill Ambassador Caroline Kennedy and another official. First Lady Michelle Obama just arrived in Japan today. She is touring Asia to promote a new program on education for girls. Negotiations continue in Switzerland on a political deal on Iran's nuclear program. Secretary of State John Kerry hopes to reach that deal by the end of the month. That's the deadline. Kerry and the president, as well as other White House officials, have also reportedly been lobbying Democratic senators considering backing a bill that would give Congress the power to reject that deal. Politico says they've been trying to get Democrats to hold off until the negotiations wrap up. 3 people are hurt at a Baltimore university after being stabbed. Police say the 3 football players in Morgan State were all stabbed during a fight yesterday. This is the 3rd violent incident at that same school in recent days.
It's just possible that this was a spillover from the incident that occurred on Friday night, early Saturday morning.
Well, last Friday, a student was stabbed during a fight over keeping his dorm room clean, and then Saturday fights broke out at a on-campus party. One of the winningest basketball coaches, college basketball coaches of all time, is getting ready to retire. Syracuse's Jim Boeheim has agreed to step down after 3 more years on the sidelines. It's part of a deal Boeheim reached with the school in the wake of the NCAA penalties against the basketball program there. We'll have another Newsmax Now update coming up for you in 30 minutes. I'm John Bachman. We'll send it back now to Ed Berliner in Midpoint.